Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this blessed moisture you've given us and the beautiful weather that you've been giving us. And thank you for all the many blessings that we forget to give you thankfulness for. Please be with these young men as they make decisions for our county. Please be with all the counties as we go to our county, our big CODA conference. Be with all the travels and everything. Be with our patrons as they travel to and fro from work this week. We ask all these things in your Son's name, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public discussion on the items. Farm Bureau proclamation for February 19th to 23rd. Sign down there. Ready to sign it? I'm making sure I accept the proclamation. Well, second. All in favor? Aye.
Can I get a picture?
Yep. You want it this way, Ryan, or does it not?
Take one both ways.
One both ways.
Yeah, I don't know.
1, 2, 3. I'll take 2. Please. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, let me get one for the other newspaper. 1, 2. Thank you guys very
My
much.
turn, my turn.
Oh, now I'm in her way.
You're fine. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And I ask for 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Have a fun one.
Letter from Sheriff Rick Wallace.
The time has come for me to announce I'm going to retire, make it official July 1. I've written a letter here. I can read the letter, or I can just let y'all. But I do want to say it's been an honor and a privilege serving the county and the people of the county. And I feel like we've come a long ways, and it's time for me to step aside and let somebody else make it even better than I have. I appreciate all the support you and the commissioners have given us. A lot of memories in that. And I appreciate the opportunities that have come forth with me. And I've always told my guys, you know, use all assets available, and you never know, if you don't carry a case as far as you can carry, you never know what you're going to come up with. Worked with many agencies outside the state, within the state, local here, and it's been an honor, a true honor. So July 1, I will step down and go from there. I have already contacted the state auditors, and we'll be having an exit audit done. They're going to contact me on June 3rd. So, anyway,
Okay. Thank you,
here's
Rick.
the letter.
Thank you, Rick, for your service to the people of this county. You've done a great job all these years.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for all your work.
Thank you.
You guys want to sign that?
Oh, okay.
Just have to read it over here. Just send it around down the road.
minutes from the meetings.
Yeah.
Make a motion, sometimes.
All in favor of that? You know, once.
You guys thought I forgot. You was hoping.
blanket purchase orders.
Blankets we have from District 1 and District 3, and none of them need to be signed.
Need a motion to approve the blankets. All in favor? Crossing permits. Appropriations.
Yeah, we have excess tomorrow.
Yeah. I get it stuck together.
Yeah. Don't worry, I did it when I was putting them in also.
We accept the appropriations.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Monthly officer report.
We have the officer reports from the treasurer, election board, assessor, county clerk, the court clerk, and the court clerk preservation.
News. Which sign? Front.
Make a motion to accept both the officers' report.
All in favor? Monthly highway. Back to the agenda.
Allocation of alcohol beverage tax and allocation of motor vehicle tax.
Motion to accept the alcohol tax.
All in favor? Flagstone renewal for fairground?
There's no place to sign on here, I just put a date in there, if you'll sign it, it's for their renewal of their contract.
Need a motion to accept that?
I'll make a motion.
Second. All in favor? Survival flight membership.
This is for the other, other one, from Alba. There's really no place to sign. I'll get that sent back to them and then we'll see, I'll just send emails out to everybody and we'll try to make it like, take it out of March's, payroll, that way I'm not rushed or anything for February. If we get everybody's back before February, I can take it out of February, but some people have two coming out already. The second payment of the, Eagle Med. So,
Oh, 70 per household, is it not?
I think it says 60. doesn't it?
Yeah, that's
60.
70.
That's what it says on there, is 60, that's what I'm gonna tell everybody, I guess I can call her, she's horrible at calling back. I finally found someone a little better at calling back, I got all this stuff from a, can't remember her name now, but Whitney never did call me back.
Sure.
I'll make a motion to accept.
All in favor? Private property access easement for District 2.
There's two copies there.
Motion to accept private property easement.
All in favor? The private property access easement.
There's two copies there.
Was.
Was.
Heck of a stick.
Two in a partial, I know, my signatures aren't that sticky.
Motion to accept the private property easement.
All in favor? 911 bylaws. I had Brian sign off on these just to change it to basically each district, make it rotate, have a fire chief, one fire chief, and then there's someone from the ambulance board, and then it on a chief of police, and then someone from the dispatch, sheriff's department, however we see. So Brian signed off on all these. All the over, just change. Help the old one if you want to compare it. Well, it's
says
not in
monthly
there.
here.
I think it says in there, however we choose also. I thought it
Says
was
the board will conduct a meeting on the second Monday of every month, unless otherwise announced.
Well,
We'll change that before we sign off on it.
yes, I'll take it back up there too. I did the court, I thought it said in there though.
I personally think you ought to set up a board and then let the board draw up the bylaws prior to.
Set up a board for what?
The 911 board, and then let that board make their own set of bylaws.
Well,
All you did was change who's on the board.
yes, correct.
Everything else is the old bylaws.
Yes, but I can go in there and have them change it to the quarterly meetings, yeah.
But usually when you make a new board, the board's gonna want their own set of bylaws. I would.
Well, we gotta have a board first, I guess.
So
We could sign off on those and in the next
Yeah,
They wanna
board
change
meeting, we
anything.
can change it to quarterly then,
Yeah.
I guess, is what we can do. So,
Yeah. That don't look good to me, the way you got it set up. Supposed to be on.
So are we gonna dissolve the existing board?
I mean, how it works is right now, it kinda makes no sense to even have their meetings, in my opinion. I mean, I went to one and to me, they're not ran properly. And,
We didn't have one last year.
yeah, they didn't even have a meeting last year, it just kinda makes, I think this'll maybe get something done in the future, so.
So by making this, if we make this here, if we accept this bylaw, we're gonna make a motion to dissolve the existing board effective as of
Yeah.
today or whatever.
It'd be good to just start fresh.
I mean, they didn't even meet last year,
Sure.
nothing's gonna get done, so.
Well, that's the problem we've had, is just too
So
much.
I can
going
change
down.
that, then, at our next meeting, we can change their bylaws and have it quarterly.
Because you want the board to accept the same.
Yes.
bylaw.
I think the back page. Brian signed off on it.
I'll make the motion that we accept the bylaws and dissolve the existing 911 board.
I'll second.
All in favor?
And is there a time frame to have this board set up?
Oh, I mean,
30 days?
sure, works for me.
I'd say for the February meeting.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Legislative update.
Okay. We met the legislative committee down there at Alfalfa last week, so just want to give a quick update. Copy of what we covered. Of course, there's over 2,000 bills that we put out there this year, and then there's and there's another 2,000 or old bills that are still out there. So this is just some of the things that we covered in the meeting, and voted to support, stay neutral, and not to support. Most of the ones that we stayed neutral on were just mainly because we need to learn more about the bills that are out, more information about the bill. Some of the big ones that would affect like county roads here, of course, anything that's got to do with these appropriations are going to be put off till May when they start doing the budget, whether they're going to run it through or not. But raising the CERB cap to 200 million, I believe right now it's at 130 million. So that would be a huge help for our road districts if they were to raise that cap. Also, there's two bills out there, one old bill, one new one, to remove the cap on motor vehicle fees. You know, last year we ran out of money and we hit the cap, and we hit the CERB cap and the motor vehicles cap both hit at the same time, and that hurt us pretty bad, and the worst time of year for us in the middle of summer. So that's out there to remove the cap on the motor vehicle fee, so that would be a huge plus to us. E, we stayed neutral on because that's kind of going against some of the other bills that are out there, so I don't know what they're gonna wanna do with that bill. I'm just trying to hit some of the top ones here. There's a bill to, on the torque caps, to basically move the limits up. Of course, we're gonna be against that. There's a couple different bills on sheriff's deputies and salaries that are out there. One was from last year, there's another one this year. I don't know how they're gonna, one of the bills, we stayed neutral on there on the M, because how we're gonna fund this, especially our counties that don't bring a lot of money in, how they're gonna fund putting these minimum salaries down. And the other bill was from last year, which is kind of a similar deal. There was something, I can't remember exactly what was in it, that's kind of what I was staying neutral about. The sheriff, if he's running the jail, he gets a huge raise, which would put him over salary. I don't know how they would ever do it, because he would be making more money than the commissioners and everybody else. So I don't know how they would do that, but, so that, we stayed neutral on it, trying to figure what exactly is in it. Some of these bills that we discussed will probably never come out of committee. Open range bill, I guess we're gonna put cattle guards in our roads now, I don't know. So, you know, things like that will probably never come out of committee. The V was something that, I don't know how they would ever do that. The emergency management must pay local government disaster fund within 1 year. They never know if they're gonna have the funding, but they are trying to at least put something out there, try to support it. There's, you know, sometimes it's 6-7 years before you ever get your money. So that's just basically put out there to try to speed things up. And there's several different things in here you guys can look over. Representative Newton's bill still out there for the 1% sales taxing. That would just be, as a good bill, it just gives counties a little extra leeway. If things get tight, to at least go to the voters and ask for a little extra money if we need to just keep emergency services running. The bill is still out there for training for elected officials, requirements. But right now, I think the way the bill's written is if you don't do this, you just lose your travel allowance. So there's no bill moving. Motor vehicle cash. Retired workers. Bill last year was put out, instead of having to wait a year to get to 6 months and move it back to 6 months. There's another bill this year that's one moved from 6 months to 90 days. So there's 2 separate bills on that out there now. There was a couple different things on our burn ban that's just trying to give us a few extra tools if we wanted to put burn bans on in terms of what the criteria is. One of them is to use the Keats-Bryan drought index. If it gets to a certain number within that index, we can use that as a reason for putting the burn ban on. And the other one is basically the vacuum burn ban. If the majority of the fire chiefs agree that it needs to be put on, then you can put it on. That's the gist of everything that we covered, and just some of the things. There was 32 pages of carryover bills, and I only have gotten through about 10 of them so far. So, and then ACO down there, they're still going through all the bills out there, trying to figure out what all's out there, because there's so many of them. So as time goes along, we'll get a better idea of what all exactly is out there.
Is there any discussion on the, I can't remember what you said, that 30?
That's when I asked Jennifer if she would step in to give us a little information on 3054.
House Bill 3054 is authored by House Representative Boyles. He has made the wording on it is, let's pull that up. It's an exemption, says which shall establish guidelines for determining property exempt from ad valorem taxes. Flow lines, gathering lines going to and from wellhead, and the point of custody transfer. We have flow lines and gas lines in Alfalfa County, the value of which turned into Representative Boyles is significantly lower. But where he says to the point of transfer, all they have to do is move the point of transfer and then automatically exempt more pipelines. So, it's very concerning that the numbers, when you look at where the pipeline point of transfer is existing, makes it look like it's a smaller number. If they move those point of transfers, I've calculated a rough estimate based on what we've got in pipelines that they could just move that. I've talked with Jerry Wisdom to see if those numbers are accurate. Cherokee School District had a net assessed value of $31,063,429. They could stand to lose $8 million off their net assessed value. That is 25% of their net assessed value. What they're looking at is going and changing this over to gross production. Well, gross production then looks at the amount that's turned in of how much is flowing through the lines. So the schools, it's not an equal tax that it would just go to gross protection and then the schools would get the money through gross protection. The company wants to do this because the oil and gas companies would save money, therefore the schools would lose. Burlington school districts could stand to lose 14%, Timberlake about 5% of their net assessed value, and the county as a whole about 15% of our net assessed value. We last year were at 128 million. We could stand to lose about 20 million of that in net assessed value if this passes. Simply because I explained it to Nate as imagining like a skeleton, and our existing flow lines are like the spine. But there are branches off those, the arms, the legs. All they have to do is move the point of transfer and they pretty much just exempt everything, the entire skeletal system. And it just takes putting a meter on. Flow lines and gas lines actually have meters already that are called check meters. All they have to do is just put another meter, say that's the point of transfer, and then they're exempting lines and meters and valves and all kinds of things. So the potential to lose a lot of net assessed value is very concerning. I will say that Jerry Wisdom has sent out emails not only to assessors, but he is duplicating us in copies where he is in conversations with Representative Boyles. So I don't know that this is going to get out of committee or where it's going, but I do know that Representative Boyles is talking to Jerry and saying, oh, I didn't understand the problem. So I don't know if he's backing off of this, but because this,
I would hope so.
I don't know, but I'm not willing to take the pressure off of him to think that it's just a Jerry Wisdom or an Alfalfa County problem. I think that superintendents need to be up in arms, commissioners need to be up in arms, anybody who has budget that is tied to net assessed value, state aid formula is tied to net assessed value, our salaries are tied to net assessed value, just anything that's got anything to do with net assessed value, they are gonna mess with the formula big time if they pass this law. And I think that Representative Boyle and any representative who's going to vote on this, which would be all of them, needs to understand how detrimental this is, in particular to rural counties with no diversity in the economy. We have no diversity in our economy. Oil and gas is primarily our bread and butter. Farming just cannot make up that difference. We have no manufacturing, we have no airports or anything like that. We cannot make up the difference. And it is detrimental to the rural areas of Oklahoma who depend on oil and gas for their economic values on net assessed value. So I'd appreciate if you guys just continue talking to representatives, talking to your other counterparts, talking to your superintendents. That is the problem with the bill, is that it makes it so easy for them to just change the rules that they're playing by.
The Boyle's not from a rural area, I'm guessing?
He is. He is.
What did you say the percentage was for the county, Delores? I'm sorry.
15.6, I believe. Sorry, might be 16. I don't have that pulled up.
No, you're fine. I didn't get that wrote down. I might mess it up.
Yeah, so that's the House bill that we're kind of concerned about. We just need him to understand the impact that we'll have on rural areas.
Thank you, appreciate it. I think that's about it.
You got it? Yeah, like I said, there's so many out there and still processing stuff.
Oh, yeah. Back to item 13. Highway expenditures.
Make a motion to accept the highway expenditures.
All in favor? Any unforeseen business?
I move we adjourn.
All in favor?